Welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the 13th of January, 2025. It happens to be a Monday. It happens to be a little bit late, but getting things kicked off here because we do have a couple pieces of news. Obviously, kicking off from Friday or including on Friday, we do have a new expansion, the part 2 of Paris. We'll get into a little bit of details on that. Harmony for Healing sale to benefit LA. Amid the wildfires. We'll get into the details there. Structural ornament list came out on Friday as well. All things to review and take a look at if you haven't yet done so. And then otherwise, we'll get on into the week as we head into the end of the Wonderland season 2024. Again, we are headed into the end of the Wonderland season this coming Wednesday, the 15th, and the season ends the racing, ends the gamified challenges for gamified earnings, ends the gamified challenges for an airdrop, ends the ornament season or the ornament contest. So a lot of things ending this week. Heads up on that. Things to keep going and keep your eye on over the next couple of days. And then, of course, as we do end the season, we're looking at the first ever Sparklet Wars starting very, very shortly here after the season officially ends. So we'll get reminders on all those things. To get into all of that, we'll get the disclaimer out of the way. All views and opinions expressed by myself, they're mine and mine alone. Should not be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They don't represent the game or the team of Upland. All views and opinions shared by guests are theirs and theirs alone. Should not be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They don't represent the game of Upland, the team of Upland. Myself, the Goldsmith of the Cafe Nightly Show. And let's get on with things. I did see a couple things in the comments already. Good to see you, Cheeks. What? Voting for Queens Bridge build contest closes today and very, very soon. Swarley. Yes, Queens Ridge had a build contest, a contest for designs for the building, the upcoming buildings for Queensbridge, the official building for Queensbridge, will be in Layer 1 Upland as a private node or as a ETH purchased neighborhood. So that is kind of exciting. The voting does end very, very soon, says Swarley. So if that's something you're participating in, keep in mind that that is something to do now if you haven't yet gotten in and done so. But let's get into the news here in the Layer 1 Upland. And of course, we're going to have to rewind a little bit and remind ourselves of Paris. The expansion of Paris is happening, is coming this week. This is something that kind of has been in the making for almost 2 years now. The introduction of Paris in the game of Upland was a major international city. The reality is these cities are being released partially. They're not being released entirely all at once. They're large cities. They're very high-profile cities. And then we get a small portion of them. We get a number of neighborhoods. And some of those sell out really quickly, depending on how small the neighborhoods are, depending on how expensive the properties are, UPX per UP2. When they get fully minted out, Upland can come back and release more of those neighborhoods, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. And we're seeing some changes to the overall city of Paris because of these added neighborhoods, because of this expansion as well. So let's get into the details of that, remind ourselves of when this is all going down, as well as what this overall means for the city of Paris. You've heard it right. Paris is expanding, bringing the total city release to 65% overall of the city. So that's a good portion. We were significantly lower than that before, about a third. Now we're up to 2/3 full, or 2/3 being available to mint. This means that treasure hunting will be upgraded from a tier 3 to a tier 2. Obviously, we are waiting to get to tier 1. We would have to have a greater portion of the city released before we get there. As usual, we will have an array of options for you to get involved. Properties are going to be in a pre-sale. This means that you're going to have a guaranteed post-release property. There's also going to be special Brock Explorers. There's also going to be a pass. There's also going to be a live minting. So let's take a look at all those details in a quick overview, because this is an announcement from Friday. This is, again, we're talking about getting to 2/3, going from tier 3 to tier 2, marking one of the expansions of the original scaled tier 1 cities, getting closer and closer to an actual tier 1. This is something that Upland introduced with London and Paris, and we're going to see this in other cities as well, including Berlin, where we get a partial release of the city we don't get the full tiering of the city. We won't get to your full treasure hunting. We have to get more and more of the city released in order to get that next step, in order to get that full tier 1 treasure hunting status. And theoretically, we could be there in the not so distant future if the properties that are in Paris now get minted through and Upland decides we need to get more of those properties released. Just keep that in mind. But for now, we're going from tier 3 to tier 2 for treasure hunt tiering. Paris expansion property presale, kicking off the Parisian experience. The Parisian Paris expansion property presale is kicking things off. Probably 20% of the expansion's overall properties. We lose a limited portion of a city. You take a portion of that city and reserve that as not being mintable. You reserve another portion of that. You put it into pass sales. Well, let's take a look. It's 20% that's going to be reserved for these sales. Keep in mind, what I like about these sales is they give you an opportunity to specify a type of property you want. You don't specify where it is, but type of property by overall price or by estimated price. You are able to buy these. They're randomized. The reality is because, we randomize people's order because you do a registration and a mint, it doesn't really mean that it is super easy to get in a mint. You could get unlucky and get none. You could be in a part of the world where it's a bad time of day for you. You can't participate. The whole point of Upland having these sales is so that more people can participate. And in some ways, people with slower internet connections, people who, don't know what property to mint, these work for some people. So if you want just a couple properties, this may be a way of doing so. And I do like the fact that they have UPEX options as well as a USD option with a premium bonus or premium experience with the potential option or the potential upside of maybe getting a landmark, because there will be a couple in the top premier bundle. So the low property bundle, 16,000 UPEX, 800 of those properties available. The mid-price bundle, there'll be 27,000 UPEX. There's 600 of those available. Again, 16,000 UPEX, 800 available. Of the low, 27,000 UPEX, 600 of those available for the mid. And then the high-price property bundle, it's 39,000 UPEX. You get one property. It is 300 of those properties being available. The curated collection, purchasing this bundle provides you with 2 Paris expansion properties. It's a unique opportunity to own a piece of this prestigious and iconic city. 85,000 UPEX, 100 properties. The idea on these bundles are you get the UPX value a little more from what you pay and what you get in properties. It's randomized. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know what neighborhood you're getting. You don't know what street it's going to be on, but it's available to you. You do get it. $99, however, is going to buy you a Paris Deluxe bundle. The Paris Deluxe bundle includes two special Parisian properties. We'll call them special because they're going to be high value, potentially increased chance of getting a high value property. That's a property that's worth significantly, as far as Upland's concerned, significantly more than your buy price for that bundle. There are 2 landmarks in there, which is significant. $99 though. $99, quite a bit of dollars to put in when you might only end up with 100,000 UPEX worth of properties and not knowing what those areas are going to be. 350 of those bundles are overall available. It's an opportunity to, get lucky and get one of those 2 landmarks. Keep it in mind. 350 bundles, 2 total landmarks, a 2 out of 350 chance to gain a landmark. More than likely, you're going to spend UPEX to get UPEX properties with the idea that there might be potential of buying these properties later in USD at a significant discount, with the reality that if you have a specific property you want to get, the best way to get that is to go and try to competitively mint. These randomized properties, it could be anywhere in the expansion area. Landmarks are going to be available in the deluxe bundle. The concierge, there we go. The concierge and the Paris the Palace Prongyard, the Bourse Palace collections revealed. The Paris expansion will feature a collection reveal system, similar to what we've seen in the last few cities. That is every Thursday after release. So we're going to be a 1 week. The Thursday will be when we see the first reveal. If they're all minted, if all neighborhoods are minted out, you will see all collections revealed. If some of the collections don't have all their properties minted yet, those collections will be reserved to be revealed later. This will continue through Frost season on Thursday, the 13th of March. If any collections have not been fully minted out, they will all be revealed at that time. Paris expansion sweetener sale. There is a sweetener sale if we keep seeing. This one's priced at $20 USD or 20,000 or getting 20,000 UPX back. Spend $20, get 20,000 UPX, and get one of these 3 block explorers. There's Marcel the Mute, which is a mime. There's a Parisian Whiff, which is Parisian perfume, obviously. And then there is the Paris Tower, which is the Eiffel Tower. 70 minutes of each of these 3. It's randomized what you get. So that means there's 210 of these bundles available. You spend $200. You spend $20, $20, you get 20,000 UPX. Go figure. Registration is Friday the 10th of January, 9 a.m. PT. The sale happened. Oh my gosh. It happened in the past. That was Saturday the 11th, 9 a.m. PT. Again, $20, 210 of those bundles overall available. The Parisian Dreamscape Gold package includes 50,000 UPX, 1 of 3 Parisian Dreamscape Gold Block Explorers. Look at those. Those are the rare ones. 20 of each. So there's 60 of those bundles available. There is a Champagne Champion. There is the Fountain de Lumiere. And there is the Epoch Carriage. Go look at those. $50 for those. 60 of those available. You do get the 3,000 UPX. You do get one of these limited block explorers. Paris expansion sale. Again, there's a pass sale like there has been in the past. Registration was the 10th of January, 9 a.m. PT. The sale started January 11th, 9 a.m. PT. $5 for that pass. There was 1,000 of those available. There is a snapshot on the 17th of January, so you can continue to trade, buy, sell those between now and then. You have to hold on to them the 17th at 9 a.m. PT to be snapshot. Of those snapshot, every person has one property reserved for them. That information is given to you. You can choose to mint it or you can choose not to, but you do have to mint it at mint price. Wolf Warren, good to see you. Paris exclusive structure. There is going to be a Paris exclusive structure. That's exciting. With the expansion, we're thrilled to introduce the Paris Estate, a Paris exclusive structure that will become a permanent addition to Upland. That means it's not only for a limited time that we've seen in the past. It is going to be continually available to be built in Paris, but being introduced specific to this release. Designed to complement the elegance of the Parisian skyline, the Paris Estate embodies sophistication and timeless charm, allowing you to add a touch of class to one of the world's most iconic cities. Make your mark on Paris with a one-of-a-kind architectural masterpiece. Ooh la la. Yeah. That's what it looks like. Paris expansion details. So the 65% of the overall city will be available or be mintable once this release is available or once this release is official. Official send fees, 25 is minimum, 125 is max, 50 UPX is the default. Current send low fees are 20, 100, 40. What's the difference? 20 low, 100 high, 40 for the default. What's the difference between those and the future? The official are going to be once the city is fully released. The current is scaled to the fact that we only have 65% of the city released. That is an increase on what the previous have been. The airport is going to be yes. The train terminals, yes. Collections, 5. Neighborhoods, total of 12. Bel Air, Bercy, Barb, Maison Blanche, Montparnasse, Parc de Montsouris, Petite Montrose, Picpus, Plaisance, Quartier de la Guerre, Quince Vin, and then finally Salpêtrière. We're going to be looking at a total of 17,000 properties, 0 FSA, Expansion, yes, there's future expansion. The official treasure hunt tier will eventually be tier 1. The current, after this release, is going to be tier 2. The average property price is going to be 33,044 UPIX. Minimum price 3,104 UPIX with a maximum of 3,339,992 UPIX. That's more than I even have saved up at this point. Launchpad properties, there will be non-landmarks. There'll be the National Library of France. There'll be the Paris Observatory. There'll be the July Column and the Bastille Opera. There's the map of the expansion and the map of the existing. The expansion of the landmarks, the expansion is a landmark moment for Upland, unlocking a new neighborhood, high-value properties, and a chance for you to create the legacy of the iconic City of Light. With this release, Paris upgrades from Tier 3 to Tier 2. Don't miss out on an opportunity to claim your piece of Paris and of Upland history. Easy enough, an expansion of a city that will one day be a Tier 1, but it isn't yet there. Let's take a look at the Harmony for Healing. Support the LA wildfire relief. There's a couple pieces here. They're first and foremost, this is an opportunity, and Upland has done this before. They did this before with Ukraine, where there are people in need, and Upland is creating a way to donate to those people. Obviously, it's coming out of Uplanders' pockets, but it is going directly into those at need. 100% of proceeds will be going to benefit those who are in need following the disasters, following the wildfires in Los Angeles, California. Interesting Harmony for Healing, a special fundraiser where your compassion turns into tangible support for wildfire relief efforts. To amplify our impact, we're releasing 3 unique block explorers, each with a limited run of 1,000 mints. Again, that's 3,000 total mints. These exclusive collectibles will be available for purchase at $15 each, with 100% of the proceeds. That's 100% of the dollars and cents that go into the purchase of these assets going to the wildfire aid initiatives. That is to the people on the ground. That is to firefighting and to overall relief efforts in the area. Remember, these exclusive block explorers don't just represent your support for the vital cause. They also contribute to a seasonal and all-time collector score in Upland. Again, Upland saying you're going to have some utility to this. This is also a way to give money to those in need at this time. By purchasing them, you are not only making a real-world impact, but also boosting your in-game prestige. It's a win-win opportunity to do good and grow your collection. In addition, now this is where Upland is doing something for the community to encourage the community to open up their wallets to support a good cause. In addition, as a heartfelt appreciation, every Block Explorer purchase grants you 15 entries into a special giveaway for the iconic Capitol Records building landmark. So what Upland's been doing with landmarks lately, if you've noticed, and we mentioned it before with the Paris sale, what Upland's been doing with landmarks is using them to promote bundles, sell bundles. They throw one of those landmarks in, they say, we're going to raise $50,000 for Upland's pocket. Again, that's how they operate as a company. But they're going to make $50,000 from this bundle sale. And on the back of that, the landmark, they're making that bundle sale. They're encouraging people, and people are being excited to purchase that bundle because they see that landmark as a chance to earn, or they want that to be the prize. They want to win that. They want to get lucky. They want to be one of the 2 of 350 to get a landmark out of the bundle sale. And those incentives are strong, and I know those sales aren't going to sell as strongly as they do without that incentive of that landmark. Well, instead of that going to a sale like that, instead of that being a big carrot for people to go and buy a bundle sale, that is going to be given away to one of the people who do donate for proceeds that don't go to Upland. Again, that's a key part of this giveaway. We know Upland makes much of their operating capital at this point by not by advertising, not by selling data, but instead by selling assets to people, digital assets in USD. In this case, they're selling a digital asset to raise money for somebody not upwind. That is for the relief efforts in Los Angeles. Again, 15 entries. You buy one of these, you have 15 chances at that point to win the Capitol Records building landmark, a true cultural treasure of Los Angeles for those unable to purchase or seeking additional chances. This is nice of Upwind as well. This is some other way to celebrate the need and to advertise, the cause. You can also earn one entry for every unique paid send to a property in LA. So again, that is activity inside Layer 1. Upland, getting you additional entries into the chance to win the Capitol Records building landmark. Sent to any property in LA to earn that entry. Players have until Wednesday, the 15th of January, that's this coming Wednesday, 11 a.m. PT, to earn entries for this exciting opportunity. Securing the legendary landmark as part of your digital collection serves as a powerful symbol of your dedication to helping rebuild and support the resilient spirit of LA. Finally, this sale is starting exclusively available on the web to ensure as much of your contributions go directly towards supporting wildfire relief efforts as possible. Again, this is something that Upwind's tried to make sure that they're not having a lot of that money eaten up in processing fees. There's additional fees when it's raised on the app. So this is exclusively online. You do have to log in to the web version of Upwind, not the app version, in order to make these purchases. Starting on Monday, January 13th at 11 a.m. That was the start date. $15 per BE. You can only buy them on the web. 3,000 of them total. Mints per design. None required for registration. Login. It is there right off the bat. Let's go take a look. Let's go do our part. Let's go purchase one of these block explorers in the bundle and get 15 entries into the chance to win the landmark in Los Angeles. Again, this is something that, they sell until they're sold. Upwind with the Ukraine block explorer, I know people bought multiples. The reality on these is they are a fundraiser. They put out so many of them that people, if you talk about them or their collectability or how people will view them as collectible, don't think of it that way. Think of it as an opportunity to help raise funds for a community. And again, there can be a lot said about LA, but raising money for a community that is ultimately in need. There's a lot of people with a lot of different walks of life, to put it a broad way, who live in the area, who are in need right now, who are having one of probably the worst experiences, the worst catastrophes, or worst natural events that has happened in the area, at least in my lifetime. And there's been several. So this is something that is definitely a lot of need and an opportunity here to participate. Upwind's helping facilitate this. This is your opportunity to get involved, or at the very least, without doing much effort, to help at least support this in a small way. $15, not a large amount when Upwind has all these other sales going on in USD. Not a huge commitment if you've got fiat in your account that you have from selling something else. You do get a tangible, you do get a block explorer out of it. And again, 15 entries to win a landmark, which is not something that most people are going to get, 1 out of 3,000, but it is an opportunity to get a landmark that you otherwise wouldn't have. Your participation in Harmony for Healing directly aids wildfire relief efforts, helping to rebuild lives and restore hope in Los Angeles. Together, let's create a symphony of support and healing for a community in need. So definitely a worthwhile cause, something to be involved in. And good luck to everyone who participates. You have a chance. You have a 1 in 3,000 chance. It's a little more than that, but a little less than that, depending on how many you buy, and vice versa, how many people participate in non-purchasable ways. But you do have a probably 1 in 3,000 chance of getting the Capitol Records building landmark. So good luck, and the heart goes out in many, many ways to those in Los Angeles. If you know somebody who lives out that way, check on them, let them know that you're thinking about them. There's been a couple up winners that I've got the pleasure to meet over the years who do call LA home. So definitely a time to remember those people and get in touch with them and let them know you're thinking about them if you can. Well, otherwise, we do have the structural ornament list that did come out. It did come out on Friday, and it is worth noting, not to get too much into it, but it is like the Block Explorer list. It is, in many ways, something that people have been asking for years, and it is just meant to be a tool to make it easier to keep track of what's out there. You have seasons, so you can go search by season. Upland said that continual improvements will happen for the filtering, but you can search by season. You can search by house type, by structure type, and you can see what what structural ornaments are available. And the reality is there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them because there is there has been a number of UGC creators who've been making these structure ornaments for the last year and a half. And this makes it a more full, a larger collection overall of structure ornaments. Right now, there are 830 structure ornaments overall in the game of Upland. We'll see that number continue to grow with hope. And this is a much easier way than guessing to see, hey, what season, what type of ornament, what structure type, and then what is available for structure ornaments. And look at this. I click here, I come on over, I can see what that looks like. I can see what this structure ornament looks like. I get a name there. I got a chance to look at this. Look at that. It's kind of pretty. I like it. I like a lot. So it gives you the opportunity to get to take a closer look at that that structure ornament, just like the Block Explorer list. If you're doing a contest, if you're trying to decorate for the season, if you just want to explore and know more about what's out there, this is a great opportunity to do so. So I'm glad it's there. I'm looking forward to the filtering getting updated. And this is something, like I said, it's been asked for years. It's been hoped for years, and it's helpful that it's here now. Good to see you, WW Dog. I'm glad you can make it in. And then otherwise, do want to remind people of dates. This coming Wednesday the 15th, 9 a.m. PT. We do have the race, I believe, does cap up for the season. That is going to be the end of the Wonderland season racing. We will also have the end of the structure ornament contest. We also have the end of the gamified earnings this Wednesday. We also have the end of the next airdrop with a snapshot taking place on the 15th. We also have the end of the ornament contest. And we said that already. It is our transition into frost season. And before we get to frost season, we end our season on the 15th. We don't start frost season until the 1st of February. But in between, there's something that is going to be a first, and it's something that there's a lot of people looking forward to, and that is Sparklet Wars version 1. That is Spark Wars beta, if you wish. First opportunity to participate in Spark Wars. Ooh, and we already had that full announcement to look at, and that was a little louder and quicker than I thought it was going to be. But we always see this announcement reminder that when we do end our Wonderland season, we'll be headed nearly directly into Sparklet Wars. We know that this is going to be an opportunity to get in, get your pass burn, and again, be part of one of the factions to participate. So this is going to be the first version. This is going to be the beta. This is going to be the opportunity to get in and feel things. The registration is starting this coming Wednesday, January 15th, 9 a.m. PT. You want to feel what it feels like to be a part of Spud Wars? Well, you can't go back in time, but what you can do is participate in Sparklet Wars. Little different, changing of the concept a little bit, but it's a gamified activity where there are rewards for building points. Points determine points added for building, for ornamentation, for applying ornaments. But ultimately, it all starts with a sale. You have to buy the right assets to earn the majority of the points that will be earned. Again, these bundles are going to go on sale on the 16th. That's this Thursday, 9 a.m. PT. Registration does start Wednesday. That is 2 days from today, January 15th, 9 a.m. PT. Register if you want to participate, because the sale on the 16th at 9 a.m. PT is likely going to sell out. $5 per bundle, 600 bundles total overall available. Excuse me. To get the pass, you get one of the passes, and then you get to participate. You can trade, you can sell, you can swap those passes to be able to get into the faction you want to get. Again, 600 total passes. That is 200 passes for each of the 3 factions. That's key. That's important. So 600 participants are the absolute max. The bundles, the actual pieces, the actual elements, the actual assets that are going to be used in the point scoring, the 17th of January, Friday, the 17th of January, 9 a.m. PT. Sale starts on Saturday, January 18th at 9 a.m. PT. 500 of those bundles available overall. This is an opportunity, again, to see the beta, to get in on the beta, to participate early, with the reality that these assets will continue to be used in one way or another in the future Sparklet Wars, with new assets being introduced for future wars in between the future seasons. For tonight, we're looking forward to this end of this season, kind of the ramp through the finish up of the season. You do have a couple days left to participate between now and Wednesday. If you are still trying to finish gamified tasks, do take time, do the best you can. Earn as much as you can with the Sparklet airdrop snapshot on the 15th. And again, increase your gamified earnings as much as you can there as well. And then otherwise, looking forward to seeing Sparklet, the first Sparklet Wars, get kicked off. Thank you so much for being here. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT. We're going to have some interruptions this weekend and into next week, probably, because I do have a crazy show season. So we'll see what the activities, what my schedule looks like, but looking to continue to do things as much as we can. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT in the Plaza and Upland, Layer 1 Upland, as well as on Upland's official Discord cafe on YouTube and on Twitter. Thank you much. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. If you're in Upland's official Discord, please feel free to unmute your mics. The floor is yours.